There's a storm across the valley. The clouds are rolling in. The afternoon is heavy on your shoulders. There's a truck out on the 4-lane, a mile or more away. The whining of his wheels just makes it colder.
Welcome to Community Forum. Today is October 17th, 2022, and we're here in the studio. It's raining outside, but inside there's lots of sunshine because I have Fred Ames here, who manages the Oakes Ames Memorial Hall, our iconic, wonderful structure here in Easton, and the place of many events. And he's going to give us an update on the construction renovation of the hall currently and when it will be reopened. So take it away, Fred.
Okay, thank you, Joan. Good to be. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Priscilla. That's someone else we both know. The restoration, or I'm sorry, the emergency repairs are just about to finish up. The end of this month, we'll be opening for November, December, and right through 2023 until December 31st. So we'll have a good long run before the next project starts, which is a large project for really complete renovation of the hall. But this project here was emergency funding. CPE stepped into the breach. They gave us, I think it was $486,400 on short notice, which was tremendous of them. And privately, the trustees of the hall were able to raise $140,000, $100,000 in grants and $40,000 from private donations. So again, we have always tried as much as we can to help out the CPC with their very generous contributions to the hall.
Yes, and the fundraising is continuing, isn't it?
Oh yes, it's definitely continuing. Yeah, we are applying. We have a schedule of grants and funds we're going to apply to. So we have a pretty good strategy forming, and you know it's the upcoming project in 2024 is going to be very big. So.
Oh, okay, so let's describe it for our viewing audience. What does the hall need, and what are the priorities?
Well, the hall is now 142 years, something like that. It was finished in 1881, and it's younger, if you will, than the library and the Unitarian Church, both of which have had major projects done on them in the recent past. So really. Its gravity is catching up with the hall, and that's the primary reason this is happening. And also, a building built in 1881, there are a lot of modernization that's necessary. And one of the things we've always heard over the years is the need for an elevator. So that's a priority. An elevator will be going in. We'd also like to extend our rental season, and that will be done by installing heating and air conditioning, central heating and air conditioning, a whole new system. Be gas fired, from a gas main. Right now we have oil, so it's safer and cleaner. And there'd be all new electrical wiring too, because we're going to need 3-phase power to run the elevator, and probably would help with the air conditioning too. Also a new kitchen. We have a kitchen which is really a converted cloakroom. Originally the building did not have a kitchen. And that will be what is now the storeroom, because the elevator is going to be going into where the kitchen is. It'll sort of cut it in half. And we'll then have a storage area outside with lots of storage. So anyway, it's going to be some very big changes. It's going to really give us a real shot in the arm as far as attracting business. Things will move more smoothly. For example, right now, the only way into the hall is from the front side. So if you're a contractor or specifically caterers, to want to get to the kitchen, you have to walk all the way around, and you have to walk through usually where the guests are. So what we're planning to do is to turn a window into a door. In other words, just continue the window down to the floor, and that will open directly onto the parking lot. And so caterers can go directly in and out of the kitchen. So sort of, modernization, things of that nature, updating handicapped access, meet the new electrical codes. So really quite a top to bottom restoration.
Yeah, and all of those things are necessary. People who are disabled, whether they're in wheelchairs or have a cane or have problems with their legs and movement, really prohibited from enjoying the events that the hall has. And now you've been very successful. You called me Joan, and that's because Joan Lundgren is your rental agent and a very dear friend of mine and yours. And she has pulled in so much, so many wonderful events. And but one of the issues is for a wedding, for example, how are the grandparents and great-grandparents going to manage those stairs? It becomes a real issue. And we don't want to have any issues that prevent people from saying no to the hall, because I know from Joni that people come and they're just thrilled with the magnificent interior as well as the outside. But, there are these shortcomings. And if you're going to get married in July, you can't go naked, but you might want to. It's so...
We don't encourage it, right?
No. So, but then there are people who don't mind the heat. So, but we do need it. And I know that when we have the concerts on the steps of the Oakes Ames Memorial Hall, sponsored by the Oakes Ames Memorial Hall and the Eastern Shoveltown Cultural District, that everybody, when I sell 50/50 tickets, I tell them it's a little dent in the cost of the elevator and the air conditioning. And more people are just thrilled. And they sometimes buy more tickets because they want to really help. So when will you be making an application to the Community Preservation Committee?
Well, that we are in the process of making the application, and you go through several steps. I think we've done one or two preliminary steps, and our goal is to have that on the town warrant for the next May meeting in 2023 in May. So we are definitely, that's our goal, and we're looking to get support on that. We've increased our use of social media to explain what the hall is and what we do and what its potential is, because a lot of people, probably people watching this right now, are really not quite sure what the hall does or what it is. And so we have our work cut out for that, because when we come to town meeting, the presentation is made, we really want people to understand, why this money is needed and what the good results of it will be. And I'm glad that you mentioned the summer series, the music things, where you were a very good salesperson for our raffle tickets. You were our moneymaker. Is that one of our goals is to take advantage of the hall as a performance and event center. And that's what we are for the Shoveltown Cultural District, which is chaired by Head of Select Board Dottie Fulginetti. And we are keeping quite active. Excuse me. The second floor is a very good auditorium-sized room with a great stage. And we're actively looking to promote more theater on there, maybe community theater. It's an excellent room for acoustics, for musical performances. And we see that as a real role for the hall to grow into, especially with this new work. Now, we're certainly going to continue weddings and social events, because those are our bread and butter. That's really our big income generators. But just to increase the appeal of the hall to different people, different interests, we think the arts would be a very good way to do that. So that's
Absolutely.
one of our goals.
And I think you have a very wide audience who would appreciate that. And I know that the musical events that have been sponsored by the hall and the Shoveltown Culture District have been wonderful, and those are the ones that were held on the second floor. And everybody gets up and dances.
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
So
you do. You don't dance.
Yes. No, it's very, it's a lot of fun. It really is. Everybody
is.
has a good time.
I love to dance, and
And on a more serious aspect of this is to now the Shoveltown Cultural District is part of a state program which is really downtown redevelopment. And the idea with bringing in theater, plays, concerts, people would love to come and attend, is to draw more dollars really to the town, and to spend in the local merchants. And the hall is really a central part of that with our performance venue. So we're pleased to be really part of a very constructive, if you will, effort to help out with the community. So it's an exciting role.
Anything that you'd like to add to what you've already spoken about?
Well, I mean, just to say it again, I mean, this is a building whose time has come for repairs, and also its time has come to really step into a new role. I think I know there'll be increased usage, and again, the idea is to attract more people to the town to showcase what we have. I mean, the other Richardson buildings, there's the landscape, there's even Langwater Farm and all those other things that really make Easton the attractive town that it is. So that I see in the future is the hall really playing a significant role in that effort. So
yeah, I think that in the future there'll be more of an effort to make this a tourist attraction. And we have historic walks, pamphlets located at the Eastern Historical Society and Museum, and we certainly have enjoyed Ed Hands on his many walks around town, and describing and educating people on the unique places and historic places that we have here in Easton. So I see a future where we're going to be seeing a lot of people from outside Easton who are attracted to the many attractions that we have and historic places. So I want to thank you very much, Fred Ames, manager and longtime manager. What is it, 42 years that you've been contributing your talents and resources to this wonderful place. Was it your great-grandfather to whom this was dedicated, this building, the Oakes Ames Memorial Hall?
He was my great-great-great-uncle.
Okay.
So I'm not a direct descendant of his. I am descended from his brother, who is his brother is the library. So that's how I guess you could say that. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, no, it's a great building, and it's been a real joy at times. It's been not a joy at other times, but it's really a great thing to get involved with. We have a Friends organization. Our website is www.oaksameshall, and Oakes is spelled Oakes, so that's Oakes Ames Hall, one word, .org. And we have lots of information on the website, all sorts of things. And
it's important to make contact with that website because you get the latest news and the status of the hall and events that are going to be occurring to which the public is invited. So you don't want to miss out. So keep tabs on the Oakes Ames Memorial Hall by going to that website, www.oaksameshall.org, and become a friend. We have a great little barbecue in the spring to which all the friends are invited. Anyway, it's been a pleasure. Freddie Ames.
As always, we have known each other since the 1950s, so that's why she calls me Freddie, which was what I was called way back when I was 5 or 6.
And I call your brother Billy.
Yeah, all way back.
Okay. Well, from one townie to another, it's been a pleasure. Thank you again. And to you in the listening audience and the viewing audience, please support one of Easton's most historic and beautiful and magnificent buildings, Oakes Ames Memorial Hall, in any way you can, whether you're attending an event, whether you're making a contribution. and whether you come to that May meeting and vote to for a conservation preservation what do we call it, award.
Yeah, no, and we also have a GoFundMe account. So if people would like to do that, that's a very easy way to support the hall.
Absolutely, we can't forget that, the GoFundMe. So thank you again for watching. Until next time, this is Priscilla Almquist-Olsen. Be well.